Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about, are we gonna have another stock market crash? And is it better to invest now or is it better to get in later? And today I'm gonna be sharing with you one of the best strategies that any investor will tell you. I would call them a level 3 investor, the intermediates, the guys that have been around for quite some time. They're gonna tell you that this is the best strategy no matter what the market says or does, and you're gonna find that out today. So let's dive right into this one. So I promised you the best investment advice that anyone will give you. Remember, this is not investment advice that I personally am giving you. This is investment advice any smart individual, intellectual investor that's been around the block is gonna tell you that this is the right thing to do. So I'm gonna start out with a little bit of role playing. I have my $10,000 in my hand here. So let's imagine you're Bob, and Bob has $10,000. He's never invested before, and Bob wants to put this in the stock market. Now, Bob knows that if he would have put this money 10, 20, 30 years ago, it would have amassed into a lot of money. But Bob didn't have that $10,000, but he has it now. And it's sitting in the bank account, building dust, not growing. He's thinking and wondering, what should I do with this money? What can I do to make this money into more money? So Bob calls up his friend, me, and says, hey, I have $10,000. What should I do? Now, before I get into what I would do, let's talk about someone like Bob on his own. If Bob were to take this money and have no previous knowledge on how to invest, most people like Bob would go and put this money directly into a few stocks that they believe in, or maybe just an index fund or a mutual fund or an ETF that they believe represents who they are as an investor. So let's say I took the S&P 500 index, which is actually not a bad place to put it. Let's say I had no idea what I was doing and I decided I really like Apple stock. I have a MacBook, I have an iPhone. That's where I want to put my money. So I put my 10,000 in Apple stock. Let's say tomorrow, Apple announces a quarterly loss that's devastating to the stock. Your $10,000 can be cut in half. Now, you're probably not going to do that, right? And Bob hopefully wouldn't do that with his hard-earned cash, because who knows what would happen to Apple stock in the next 1, 2, 3 quarters, right? Anything can happen. So that would be a level 1 investor, doesn't really know what they're doing. They're just gonna go all in on a stock or a mutual fund and hope and pray that it goes up. Now, I would say that your money's probably better sitting in a bank than with that strategy. Now, if you wanted to be a level 2 investor, what you'd probably do is you'd say, okay, I know my friends are making money in the market. The way that they made their money is they never just invested into one company. They probably put $100 into Apple stock, then they put another $100 into, let's say, Microsoft, then they put another $100 into Johnson & Johnson, then they put another $100 into Disney, then they put another $100 into Tesla, and we know that this over time is gonna make you a lot of money. And we know that this strategy works a lot better because you're diversifying into different categories of industries, indexes, and maybe even sectors. So for example, Johnson & Johnson is gonna be in the medical sector and Apple stock is gonna be in the technology sector. If you take someone like Verizon, it's telecommunications sector. So if you think about this, this is a good way to be a level 2 investor, where you are diversifying into different companies. I'm gonna put $100 over there, $100 over there, and this actually works really well. And if you did this, I would say your money is much better in the stock market than in the bank. Now, let's say you wanted to be a level 3 investor, and this is where I come in. If someone called me up and said, hey, don't give me advice, but could you kind of point me in the right direction of what I should be doing with this $10,000, AKA Bob. So Bob says, I have 10,000, teach me what to do with it. So I'm gonna run both those examples with Bob, say this is what you shouldn't do, this is what you could do, and this is what I would do. And this is what I've been doing for quite some time. So this strategy is actually gonna take principle number 2 from the level 2 investor and apply just a little spin on that. So as a level 3 investor, which you are now by watching this video, and if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if this is your first time to the channel, that would really mean a lot. And if you have an idea for another video that I should do, put it down in the comments below, I might do it. So a level 2 investor is doing this. Now a level 3 investor is just level 2 with a twist. Now I've already put out about $700 here. and let's say I put out another $300. We have $1,000 that's already been deployed in the market. I have $9,000 in cash. What am I gonna do with that? Well, this is where the level 3 investor comes in. I say, you have $10,000 to play with. You've used 1,000, it's already in the market. Keep it there, hold it, if you believe in those companies, of course. And next step would be to slowly deploy the rest of your money over time. Now, if you generate an income from your job, from your business, whatever it may be, you might not have the $10,000 in cash, but the same principle applies is, let's say you had an extra $1,000 by the first year that you're done working. Well, I would say slowly deploy that money. And every single week, if you had an extra $20, $30, go in and deploy that money. And what I would deploy it into is companies that you have an understanding in. Now, this is where a level 3 investor mindset comes in, and you say, how do I properly understand a business? What do I believe in? What do I invest in with my hard-earned money already? Maybe not in stocks, but let's say I shop on Amazon. Well, because I shop on Amazon and I'm a consumer of Amazon, it would probably be a good idea to invest in the said company that I am also putting my money in as a consumer. So if you think about that, we can do that all day long, but I just wanted to give you a good runaround of what it takes to think like a level 3 mindset investor. This is what I would do. Hopefully that helped. If you're in this type of situation and you're either a Bob or you know a Bob, and Bob wants to get his money in, make a lot of dough, make sure to point him in the direction of this video. I think it will help anyone out. And without further ado, hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see y'all in the next one. So unfortunately, we can't predict the market dips, but now you should have the strategy that most advanced investors use to gain wealth. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out.